Welcome to Let's Talk Forestry. We are here today in the county of Louth to talk to Tommy McKenna. In this episode, we are visiting a newly planted forest. This conifer forest is just 1 year old. Let's see what Tommy has to say about his forestry journey to date.
We started, it was my father's idea, and he actually suggested his accountant. That was where it started, and his accountant said, "Oh yeah, I know a fella," put us on to Forestry company, and we went from there. Basically we got the number for the fella, rang him, he came out, looked at the whole thing, walked over it, came back to us with projections and where to go and what to do, type of wood and all that. So that's where we started, yeah. As far as I'm aware, I'm fourth generation at the moment anyway. My grandfather lived till he was 93, so he was round up until a couple of years ago, then my dad and myself. And as far as I'm aware, my granddad's dad was here. So yeah, the land, I got the land earlier than I was hoping, unfortunately, and you were always told down the line, don't ever sell the land, don't get rid of it, you know. So it was my dad's idea, the forestry, kind of, because I probably wouldn't have done it for that reason, that you're ruining the good farm. But fair play to him, he could see outside the box, and he decided to go that way. So I was all on for it once it was explained, and it gives us an income. I'll probably be the first generation in the last couple to actually have a few bob over at the end of the year, whereas for years you were just tipping about it, cattle or sheep or whatever. And we still have the few animals and all that, we're still active and all that. So yeah, it's good to keep it going, yeah. We had COVID in the middle of it, which didn't help obviously, but it took that, and I'm not saying we were losing patience or whatever. My dad got sick shortly after we decided to go ahead with it. It actually worked to my benefit because I got into the newer scheme by being delayed. So I'm not complaining about the delay, funny enough, but yeah, along the way we were just trying to find information where we stood at the time, you know what I mean. That was the only problem with the delay, was, you know, getting it sooner would have rushed things on, but no, it worked out better, but definitely no regrets. From approval, we got a date, and it actually happened pretty quick then. I was phoned on a Thursday or whatever that told me the diggers would be there the next day, so yeah, it was a case of running around and getting whatever animals was offered in a hurry. So they moved in on the Friday to start mounding, and that took a couple of weeks, I suppose, all in all. I thought it'd be maybe quicker, you know what I mean, but I didn't realise all that was involved in it. So they had all that done then, and they started planting. Species, pretty quickly we were told to go spruce, Sitka spruce, to get a payment. Judging by my age or whatever, it was more economically, you know, beneficial for myself. Broadleafs, you know, you're not going to get a payment anytime soon, this generation or the next generation, so it wasn't really we're not wealthy enough to go down that road now. Planting took probably another 4 or 5 weeks, anyway, 6 weeks maybe. And after that then the whole thing was left, I suppose. But eventually when it was finished planting, there had a couple of problems with species of trees they were short of and things like that, so it took a while to get it wrapped up, kind of, which I wouldn't be the most patient person, so yeah. And after that then, the following year then, the maintenance started, where they come in to beat down. This was a fairly grassy area, so the grass was up above most of the trees. They come in with a quad with a big heavy truck tyre or something in that range behind it, and went up and down the lines, knocked all the grass down, which straight away everything looked better. You could see your trees, and then they come in with your after Roundup or whatever, and sprayed minimally around the trees, particularly just the ones that needed to be replaced. Didn't overdo it on anything else, which is all good for the environment, I suppose. So yeah, and then they started after year one replacing any trees that was missing or damaged or whatever. So that's just after being completed recently. So we can, thank God, this time of the year we can see the trees now, and they're starting to stick their head up over the grass and everything. So it's starting to look better now. We're looking forward to good weather when they get growing a bit more, you know. Couldn't get over how neat it was and how well planned out it was. I more or less thought they were going to dig drains up the field and just dot ones here or there, but no, it was really technical actually, you know what I mean, which surprised us. And yeah, very happy with how it's laid out. Try to get out 3 times a week maybe if I can at all, exercise wise, and I just like to keep an eye on everything anyway, and make sure nothing fell in across a hedge or nothing broke in or whatever. Yeah. I'll do anything I can to encourage biodiversity. I'm big into wildlife, all that kind of thing, so anything I can do. Climate change, I'm not saying I'll be a denier, but I don't go with a lot of the panic there is, and you know, that's up in the air a little bit in my opinion, but no, I'll do anything I can to help things, yeah, absolutely. Well, I got into the new grant, which was definitely well improved and well worth it. Broadleaf wise, it was never an option because the payments only stretch so far and that, you know what I mean? If that could be changed, I think it'd encourage more people into it. If they could extend the payments out a bit, maybe. I would have loved to went broadleaf for the look of it, and I'd prefer probably broadleaf, you know what I mean? But financially it wasn't ever going to pay the bills, you know. Differently, I probably went more independent advice maybe. I'm not saying we got any bad advice, but it would have been nice to get a different opinion, and just an outside opinion, you know. A private company can tell you what they want. They're going to benefit from it, and they will tell you what they want for them to benefit, but that's just the only thing, maybe a bit of outside. As I say, I'm not saying I was told anything wrong, but just more advice the better, more advice the better. Sometimes there's a bit of a negative spin on it, and there's a lot of red tape now as well, and that's not helping. You know, people want to get in and get doing the thing and seeing that they can do it, but more information, I think. You know, I couldn't believe you didn't have to invest anything to get started, you know what I mean? And it was a no-brainer personally for ourselves here, and I just think if more of explain to people more the benefits and how good it is, probably, yeah. Big thing is talk to people, talk to plenty of people, and talk to Teagasc, talk to independent foresters. I'm a member of the Northeast Forestry group here, which is very helpful, talking to different opinions and everyone's good news and bad news and the whole lot, so yeah. I'm in a knowledge transfer group at the moment, which is, before I would have went into it, I wouldn't have really known a whole pile about the ins and outs of the forestry. Teagasc run courses as far as I'm aware, and look, you can talk to anybody, talk to a forester over the phone or meet them in person, whatever way you want to get involved in it. There's loads of information out there, yeah. But definitely talk to people that have done it, and there's a lot of negativity. Farmers will negatively talk about it a lot of times, and then some people got bit with ash dieback, obviously going to talk negatively about it, but talk to as many people, and definitely forestry owners, because they're all very positive, and they speak highly of it, and they'll encourage you, and they've been there and done it, so they know the pitfalls and the advantages, Just get around, actually visit people's forests maybe, and see the different stages mature wise, and how nice they are and how peaceful forests are, and there's a lot more to it than money. That'd be my opinion anyway. It's not all about money, but that helps. That definitely helps. If I'd more land, I'd plant away, yeah. And I'm in the process of getting the native tree area scheme. I've a small stretch of river. The far side of the river we could never get across with a tractor or anything, so it makes sense to make that a small forest. And there's a couple of other corners of land. You don't have to use the whole field. You don't have to, just corners that don't make sense to run in with a mower or a plough or whatever. It makes perfect sense to plant them up. And as I said before, I like me broadleafs and that. I get the chance now to have some of them on the land and see them grow and get the benefits from that as well. So it's a good scheme. It's fairly financially, it's good. Maybe it could have been longer. Maybe is the only downfall. But hopefully they might change that as we go along, and there might be something else we can tag onto it. Yeah, down the line. That's what it's all about as well. So yeah, that's the new scheme of the future. Yeah. Personally myself, I'm hoping to see me pension is what I see in my cycle, I'd hope, and hopefully it'll contribute to getting the kids through college maybe, and then it's here for the next generation to come on. I've 2 sons and a daughter, so I'd hope they continue it on and get something out of it as well. And yeah, I think it's a pretty safe bet for the future actually, yeah. As I say, my father was very encouraged of it. My own family, yeah, the kids are very young, wife is very supportive, yeah, and she loves getting out here and walking through it, and once it's all explained to her, she's all for it, yeah, and she's happy, I'm happy, yeah. As I say, I'm doing it for the future. I'm doing it for my own future. I'm doing it for my children's future, and I think it's a great thing, yeah, that there's something set in place to take over pretty easily, is keep it going. So yeah, I think they'll benefit, and they'll benefit from enjoying walking through it, seeing it grow and the whole lot. So yeah, I'd hope that they all benefit, yeah.
That's all for this month on Let's Talk Forestry. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be back again next month interviewing another forest owner at a different stage in their forest life cycle. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you to all those who have already subscribed and left their comments to our previous episode. All comments are read and replied to. We look forward to reading more of your comments. See you next month.